Welcome back, guys, to the Butterfly Season podcast. We are on the final week of High Vibes Only, and I don't know about you guys, but this has been one of the most fulfilling series of, and not series like one series, but like consecutive episodes of podcasts that have not only been transformational to you guys, but also for me. Transparently, it has been extremely hard to practice what I've been preaching as this series is airing. It's interesting because it's like, I created the High Vibes Only concept out of getting myself out of cocoon season and into butterfly season. But now in expressing it in its truest form, like from my heart, you guys, it's almost like I'm like dealing with a whole other level of what it means to truly embody High Vibes Only. And so I don't know about you guys, but it's really special to me to have you here, like in this space. It's like a vulnerable time for me to share some of my teachings with you and feel safe in that, while also dealing with some of the, I don't know if you guys listened to the fear of rejection episode, but if you haven't, please do. Like all of my little sprouts that pop up and getting to those roots, and then energy detoxing when I don't feel like it. Like it's just been a whole thing. And so I'm just like immensely grateful. And as the series is coming soon to a close, I just want to express gratitude for those of you that have taken this High Vibes Only ride with me. Love you guys. Y'all are the best. So without further ado, this episode is Baby Be Selfish. And this was a crazy realization for me when I realized that I had to earn my leisure, basically. I was the type of person that would be like, well, if I'm going to go for a walk, I have to do this first, this work first, this something for someone else first, answer this message first. Or if I'm going to get my nails done, I have to do this first. Everything was earned. I couldn't just be. And so I really want to underscore that self-care is a birthright. Self-care is your birthright. It's not a reward. It's not something to be earned. Self-care is a fundamental right for you just being alive. And I was treating it like achievement preceded self-care or productivity preceded self-care, and that's not true. And so I want to help you guys uncover whether or not you are also having to earn your self-care. So we're going to go through 3 questions to help you determine whether or not you're treating your self-care as something that has to be earned, because I was unaware that I was doing this. And you know how it goes. Once you're aware, you can't unsee it and you got to work through it. It's like the little sprout and we get to the root. So here are the 3 questions. The first one is, do I often delay or avoid self-care activities? Think about your recent behavior, maybe in the last week. Did you find yourself postponing anything or avoiding any self-care practices like relaxation or exercise or having fun or creativity? Did you feel like you had to earn them by completing a task or meeting a specific goal? So take some time to reflect on that. The second question is, do you feel guilty or maybe even self-critical when you're engaging in self-care? What are your emotional reactions when you engage in self-care? Do you experience guilt? I know there's been some times where I've gotten a massage and I'm just like, wow, I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have done this. I should have done that. And it's crazy because I feel like I end up just calling that in. Someone's going to be upset if I don't respond quick enough. And then people are like, hey, following up. And I'm like, okay, it's been 30 minutes. That is an appropriate time to spend away from answering a message. Anyway, so think about that. Think about whether or not your sense of where your meter is on your sense of worthiness when you do take time for yourself. If they're not great, then these emotions may indicate that you view self-care as something that needs to be justified. The last question is to ask yourself, am I prioritizing other needs over my own consistently? Now, think about that. I know it's something I've worked on, especially in my marriage and my husband as well. We will do things for each other before ourselves, and then that begins to build resentment because you're not doing things for yourself. And so think about how you allocate your time and your energy. Are you consistently needing, prioritizing people's requests, feeling like the need to prioritize people's requests over your own? And then do you often just neglect self-care, just throw it out of the window to accommodate work, family, friends, social obligations? What does that look like for you? So by answering these questions honestly, it will give you insight on what your approach to self-care is like, because like all in all, self-care is a birthright, and the reason why it's part of the High Vibes Only series is because like the fundamental aspect of health in like your wellness and like mental and your physical and all of that shouldn't be contingent on external factors. We talked about on our energy budget and energy detox, and in week 1 of High Vibes Only, on how you are the creator, you take control over your life and your circumstances. And when we don't put ourselves first, when we put others first, we are now at the control of other people and other things and other circumstances. And so there's a healthy way to be selfish. And by not being selfish, it's like actually not High Vibes Only. And so we are all about High Vibes Only. And self-care is a pillar of High Vibes Only and its philosophy to just nurture your mental, your physical, your emotional, all of it. So tell me if this resonates with you. It definitely resonates with me. Like, honestly, I only realized that I was earning my self-care like last month. So this is very new. We're working on it together, but let me know. Let me know if this resonates at all. Tag me on social. I love hearing from you guys.